Good morning, my fellow Biafrans. Good morning to the world, lovers of freedom. Good morning to my president, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Good morning to my prime minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Good morning to the deputy prime minister, Dr. Ngozi Orebeze. Good morning to the Biafra military. I salute you all, and Biafran police. All the security apparatus of United States of Biafra. Good morning from me to you all. Good morning to the lovers of freedom. Good morning to Donald Trump for all your good work that you are doing to make sure that you put the world on the right track and put Nigeria in the shame. Good morning to Amy Ghana, Amy Turkey, my brother. Good morning from my location. We are back here again after work. We are just rushed in for us to do the needful. Because we must use truth and the history to destroy all the enemies. And for us to set the record straight, we must do the needful. We are here this morning to prove to you, in this life we are living, there is what we are passing through today. People has gone through it. Our own cannot be different. And our own cannot be, oh, this is how we think it's supposed to be. No. It must be that way that every other countries in the world have achieved their own. That is how it's going to be. And that is why we are here. To do what? To change the narrative. To stop the lies that are going on our movement. To let the world know the truth. That the people of Biafra are here to change this narrative. To make it to look like exactly what it is. Not what the enemies of Biafran people are doing. Those who are hiding under lies to try to destroy the good work. The history is repeating. That is why we will seek on the history to let people know that what we are doing, that we are not the first people, neither are we going to be the last. That what we are doing is what the process, the existing process that many countries has undergone, and today they are living or life countries that are existing in this world. These are pure truths. These are the things that we need to take out our time to know the truth. Not the way I want or the way I understand it. No, it's no longer in that way. Because any Igbo man believes in adage. In some cases, asịghị na o buru nwata ụzọ si ite na-ebu ụzọ enwe mkpọmkpọ ite emere nsika adị aja esi nri. A na-agwa gị na ọ bụrụ na ụzọ amara akpụ ogene ya lekene ịgba anya n'ọdụ ka ya nwamba ụzọ mụta ka esi akpụ ogene gbara mkpị na-abụ. A na-asị gị na ọ bụrụ na ị na-achọ ụzọ ebe mmiri dị mana ị mara ya nke soro okpokoro ejule arụ ejune the origin ga-egosi gị nekwa ebe mmiri dị. Or gịnị bụ our problem? Why? Because of money. Because of I'm not the one in charge. Because of envy. Because of jealous. Because of your hatred. Is the reason why you want to destroy something good. But the issue is this. History will continue to repeat in this life that we are living. History will continue to repeat in this life that we are living, because the history must continue. From that history, we may understand the truth and what the truth is simply mean. That is why it is very, very imperative to check out, or in school, why are they giving you past exams script of those your seniors to read, or they will refer you to read such if you're in JS1, they will tell you, or JS2, they will tell you read JS1 past exams paper. Why the school are giving you that? And have you asked yourself, why is it the same that textbook English that those who are in JS2, that they have finished JS1, entering JS2, why are you still buying that textbook and still reading the same textbook with them? Why are you still using the same mathematics that they used? And why are you still using, the school will teach you how to use the same way those ones use it in their own time? Why are you using it as a human being? That is where you need to be asking questions. That is where you need to be understanding the level where we are. Have you asked yourself, why that every woman that has pregnant, that the pregnancy must shoot out? It's a history repeating. Have you asked yourself that? Have you asked yourself that why, if they born a new child, they want that child to cry in the hospital before you take before you take the child home? Have you asked yourself those questions? Then have you asked yourself, are we, the Biafran people, the first person in the world that have used Exile government to achieve their new country? Have you asked yourself that question? Have you asked yourself, where are the laid down history, laid down rules of those who has been into this movement before you or before I? Before we start talking about Biafra. Before Mazen Nnamdi Kanu start talking about Biafra, is he the first person that started the movement of having a new country? That is my question to you. Is he the first person that started the movement of having a new country? You need to ask these questions to yourself, that you are being deceived. Have you asked yourself, why are you graduating from primary school to secondary school? Have you asked yourself such questions that needed an answer into this movement that we are into? Also, have you asked yourself why you must go to that process of, after primary school, you go to secondary, after secondary, you go to university, after university, you graduated, after you graduated, you start working for your masters and degrees that you need to have in your life? All these are transition under the same one thing of school. Now, because of you have passed out from secondary school, enter university, are you going to tear away the results you have achieved, documents you have achieved in JS, in SS, that is secondary school? Are you going to throw it away? Is the question. N'okwu Igbo, ndị be anyị wee sị na onye ji ya gbara ịbụọ na oge egburu ya nwambụ nji n'okwu Igbo. These are the things that I want you to be digesting in your mind this morning before we go into the full history of those that have used the government in Africa to achieve their independence. My people, you don't have to be deceived because the history is there. Let me ask you, is there any time that in this world that you have seen a car that's supposed to have 4 tires and that car has 5 tires? Have you? That is me simply mean that everything is being repeating under history. Have you seen a car, a normal car, that went ahead and carried a tire of Caterpillar or of Luxury or of any of all these big cars? Have you seen that in your life, my people? Have you? Why do you think that this the movement that we are into is different from what other people has been done in the past, if I may ask you? So I want you to listen to this as I come back. I will not leave you without keeping something for you to be listening, so you will know where I am coming from this morning. We must learn something.
To answer your question directly, no, they did not continue to use SWAPO as the primary entity for international recognition. Once Namibia declared independence on March 21, 1990, the focus shifted immediately from seeking recognition for a liberation movement, SWAPO, to establishing and gaining recognition for the sovereign state of the Republic of Namibia. Here is the breakdown of how that transition worked. 1. The shift from movement to state. Before 1990, the United Nations General Assembly recognized SWAPO as the sole and authentic representative of the Namibian people. This was a unique status because, legally, the UN considered South Africa's occupation of Namibia illegal. SWAPO acted as a government in exile and held observer status at the UN. However, upon independence, the Republic of Namibia was established as a legal state under international law. SWAPO transitioned from a liberation movement into a political party that won the first democratic elections. The international community began recognizing the Namibian government, not the party, as the official authority. 2. Immediate international recognition. The transition happened very quickly. Because the independence process was supervised by the United Nations, under Resolution 435, recognition was almost automatic. UN membership. Namibia became the 160th member of the United Nations on April 23, 1990, just 1 month after independence. Diplomatic missions. Countries that previously supported SWAPO, like Cuba, the Soviet Union, and Zambia, immediately converted their party-to-party offices into official state-to-state embassies. Western recognition. Countries that had been hesitant to recognize SWAPO during the Cold War due to its socialist ties, immediately recognized the Republic of Namibia because of its new democratic constitution. Comparison of status. Feature. Pre-independence, 1960 to 1989. Post-independence, 1990, present. Primary entity, SWAPO, Liberation Movement. Republic of Namibia, sovereign state. UN status, permanent observer. Full member state. International goal. End South African occupation. Economic development and regional diplomacy. Legal authority, Council for Namibia, UN/SWAPO. The Namibian Constitution. Summary. While SWAPO remained the dominant political force and has governed Namibia since independence, the brand used for international relations became the Republic of Namibia. The state took over all seats in international organizations, UN, OAU, African Union, Commonwealth, that were previously held or sought by SWAPO. Would you like to know more about how the UN supervised the transition, or how SWAPO's internal structure changed after taking power?
Why I leave this one continue for you to know this is a research, and the research has never ended. Because when you are researching, they need to give you everything that you are looking for. We are talking about this morning how other countries in Africa that has used a government in exile to achieve their own country, and after their declaration, do they continue answering those names they used to travel or they used to gather together to declare their independence? Asking here, now the answer is no. We are going to go around almost 2 countries that you see on my history of 2 countries, Namibia and Algeria. They are well popular countries in Africa also. They are well popular countries in Africa. That's, we want to look at their example. We want to look at their history for you to know that you should stop deceiving yourself. That you should stop writing yourself or British government in exile fall back. You should stop writing yourself as CRC. You should stop all these stupid things that you are doing and face reality that is in your front. The reality that is in your hand. First, that's this reality. It's no longer what you think. It's no longer because of they have blocked you from eating Biafran people's money. The world know that once a new country is being declared and a group walks away, start from another group, fighting against that person that make declaration, the world will see you as rebel, pulpit, loyalist, toy that they used to turn around the present state that are turning you around. This is how the world will see IPOB fighting against the declaration of the unity of Biafra. This is how the international community sees the fallback bridge gang. This is how the world will see the Chiamaka Algeria with the big mouth with empty head. This is how the world will see Ugo 419. This is how the world will see all these dudes that are talking trash social media. The most important part of it is that when you are shouting in Ngozi Arabeze, you're making her popular. Because the America where she is the America that has banned Nigeria, puts Nigeria under consign. It put Nigeria on a corner that does not want human being to live. They like to kill their citizens, spy the citizens. Are you following? This is how it is. I want you to know that there is nothing you can do about this. You are shouting Orabeze. If you are shouting Orabeze, do you know that Orabeze is in the archive, her name? That Orabeze is in the website of America. Do you know that? Do you know that Orabeze name is in the all this newly app today? Do you know that? Do you know that Orabeze's name, that once you type Dr. Ngozi Orabeze, the name will come out in your Google app? And when it's come out, it must come with her address and who she is and what she is doing and what she represented. So calling Ngozi Fulani, it doesn't change anything. Rather, it gives her more popularity. If someone mistakenly come across your platform and they understand that you are calling someone Ngozi Fulani, nobody knows what the meaning of Ngozi Fulani, number one. Nobody knows what is the meaning of Ngozi Fulani. It's only you and you are gullible. No Ngozi Fulani. If the world want to type Ngozi Fulani, it will not come, so it will not appear on her name. It will not appear on her name. What will appear on her? The only thing that her name will appear on is when you type Dr. Ngozi Orabeze. When you type Ngozi Orabeze, Dr. Ngozi Orabeze, the Deputy Prime Minister, it will come out from the Washington, D.C. in the history of the world. Stop being fooled. Stop deceiving your people because of you want money. Stop deceiving people because you want money. The account number I pinned down here is my account number. In any country where you are, if you want to support me, for me to get gadgets, because there is more to do. The rate I am looking for, because of Biafran people are donating, the money still remains. That is why you see this account here. So you can use it if you want to support me to get to establish this, my work, this preaching. For me to establish this preaching in a very big way, so that I can put link, so I can be able to be putting what I am reading in the screen, where you can also follow me to read, because we want to educate ourselves. We want to face the reality. We want the world to know that look at what we are doing, and that we have understand that we have started following all the existing law at the time that we are into right now. This is what I want you to understand. Love day has been long ago. You disappear from me, honestly. What happened, brother? Are you okay? Yeah, love day. Thank you so much. I am happy to see you this morning, honestly. It's like my brother, my kind, also he disappeared from my page. Sometimes I wonder what happened. This is at those that always give me a comment like what you write now that always encourage me. But it's been now our time, because I think my time changed a little, change in a big way that people might not really know when I'm alive on program, or they'll only watch after my program when I'm live on the YouTube page. It's okay. Thank you so much for being here this morning. I appreciate you. Good morning from here and happy Xmas. So, we want our people to face reality. Stop being deceived. Stop. May Elohim protect you and guide you, my brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, I want you to know that calling her Ngozi or Abu Fulani cannot change anything. The world know the truth. All these ladies like Namibia, that I'm reading their history for you, that have government in exile. A woman, not a man, I mean a woman, make official declaration of Namibia as a country. Like what the woman you are calling Ngozi or Abu Fulani did. Her offense is to declare Biafra as a country, to end you from making the Biafran people. And because of you cannot be able to make Biafran people anymore, what happens? You begin the shenanigan that you are doing today, that which can never stop the movement to achieve our official recognition. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. One love. One love. Be in peace at work. So, calling her or Abu Fulani, or Abu Goro, or Abu this, the world are looking at you and laughing at you and putting you where you belong. The world are laughing at you that are making that noise in social media. Not that they are laughing at you, they are putting you where you belong. That is what the world is doing. And you are shamed. They shame the world. All of you who are calling Ngozi Abu Fulani, Ngozi Abu this, Ngozi, you are wasting your time. The earlier you stop is better for you. But I will urge you to continue, because you names you called her make her to become popularity that you can never achieve in your entire life. That is why I urge you this morning to continue to be calling her those names that you feel like you are calling her to destroy her. No. The lady who declared Namibia has a challenge, and people called her many names in the movement of Namibia. Namibia also have many factions that's being created by South Africa, for you to know that it's not today that African countries are corrupt. It's not today that African countries are the one that trying to stop their fellow Africa to become a country in this world that we are living in. It's also proving to you that even Algeria have many factions that come south after the declaration, or even before the declaration of Namibia, of Algeria as a country. There is many groups. But the happiness or the most important question you have to bear in your mind is that particular one, that particular group, that particular organization that make the declaration of a new country is the one that achieve international recognition, is the one that the world look at and it said, oh, you are deserved to have recognition from us. And what happens? They recognize them. That's why I'm telling you today that the earlier you stop the danger that you are causing to yourself, the harm that you are causing upon the unborn generation, that you are bringing calamity upon them, is more reason why you have to stop this your charade, this your shenanigan that you are bringing out there in social media. It is a time. It is a time. Luke, you are welcome. Good morning from here. Thank you so much. As you join us, please like and share the program. If it is your first time joining us, please, I urge you to like the program, please. If it is your first time, I urge you to do that. There is a 3 dots in front of your right hand side on top of your screen. Click on that 3 dots, it will open. You will see like and share. Please endeavor to do that. Why do you want to do that? To make the program to go viral. That is why you have to join me. Whenever you join us, you like and share the program. Because once you like the program, you are giving notification to another person. That is how the declaration of a country began. Once you make a declaration, you have sent notification to the world that I am a sovereign state that are looking for international recognition. That simply means you are calling the international community to come and recognize you. For them also to know that your problem is no longer internal affair of the country that you are exit from. That is what is simply. That is why we ask you when you come, you share the program so others may join us to listen to the good news, or for us to educate ourselves and stop being deceived by any gullible people which cannot be able to lead you into the movement of the new country. Only that they want to use it as a business to continue making money. Do you understand it? For them to continue making money on your head. That is why today people are asking for 100 men, that they will be giving them money they will use to take care of their family. And the one gullible or two might fall in there to give them that. Sorry is all I can tell you. Sorry is your name. Because this is 21st century where everything is open in the eyes of the international global community. That's why I will tell you, stop being deceived. Stop being deceived that everything that is happening now, there is a reason why Chukwu Okabiama allows it to happen. So let us go first to the history of Namibia in their movement of having a new country. That is the first one that we are going to start with this morning. So you will know that's what we are passing through today. That people of Namibia use a name, a group name, or registered organization name called SWAPO. They call it Southwest Africa People's Organization. That is the structure they use to gather their people, to lecture them when they agreed that we are going to become a country. The lady that lead them from exile, all the way from Zambia, from Namibia to Tanzania, from Tanzania to Zambia, from Zambia to Angola in Africa. That is government in exile. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is leading the movement of the Biafran people, is also in exile. At times you saw him in Israel. At times you saw him in UK. At times you saw him in Germany. At last, they kidnapped him from Kenya. Is it not exile that the Biafra is coming from? Because Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, the internal leader, the first president of the people of Biafra, said that Biafra will come from diaspora. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu now said that when a woman in America started in the movement, that Biafra has been restored. When a woman in America joins the movement of Biafra, that Biafra has come. It's not enough for you to believe. When you play Maga Jehovah, he told that a woman will declare Biafra. What's in your own time, because of your stupidity, your ignorance, because of your hatred, because of your envy, you think it's not true. Why do we bring the history of the Namibian people today and the history of the people of Algeria, as you can see in the headline? Is for us to learn a lesson of the so-called bridge of Ogenkere, the falling back bridge. That is what Obato Obie used. What of Obato Obie use a name that is not bridge? Government in exile. What of if he did? What of if he used any other name that is not bridge? So are you telling us that after our declaration, we are going to continue answering that group name? Many countries, like even Namibia, after they have got their independence, after they make the declaration, they stop using the name, they use the name Namibia. They now turn the SWAPO as a party. As what? They use it as a party name. Almost that people are governing Namibia, always winning from this SWAPO. The same thing Algeria people did in their own time. My people, where are we getting our analysis? Where are we getting what we are saying? Why are we turning things upside down to continue delaying for us to be in Biafra land? We, the Biafran people who believe in the declaration of the United States of Biafra under Dr. Ngozi leadership, are moving forward. What of you? What of you? Why are you being deceived? How could transition see us and stop? How could transition see Biafran people and stop, if I may ask you? Or you don't know the meaning of transition? Well, let us listen to Namibia history with the group name, with the name they registered as organization they used to achieve their declaration. You know, Namibia have 3 places their government was. They have part of their government in Tanzania. When South Africa start pressurizing Tanzania, they now ask them to leave. They leave Tanzania and go into Zambia. From Zambia to Angola. And when they are moving, and where do they stood and make the declaration of their independence, like we, our own is in Latin Finland, their own is in Angola. Are you following? Angola give them house, give them their country to make the declaration. After all, they have traveled to Namibia with name SWAPO, Southwest Africa People's Organization. After that, the declaration. As they are coming back after that day, March 21st, 1990. They come back with Namibia Republic. They come back with recognition for the sovereign state of the Republic of Namibia. This is how people of Namibia came back from their Angola with what? A name of a sovereign state, or a name of a sovereign state of the Republic of Namibia. Why do you went all the way to Finland with British government in exile, and you sit here today after 1 year remain with the British government in exile? When are you going to come? When are you going to become a state? And when are the world are going to address you as a state? Is the question. My senior comrade Abaros here, good morning from here. I salute you. So, when are you going to stop answering Bridgie? Listen to the history of Namibia. The Namibia have their own, like when we have Bridgie government in exile, like the way you are addressing it. Namibia have what? SWAPO, the way you are pronouncing the Bridgie, when you want to spell it, and you see Anna Wage, you see Anna Zage, Za British government in exile. Namibia has their own. Their own is Southwest Africa People Organization. That is the name they use to travel to Angola and Zambia to make their official declaration. They gathered in Angola. People from Tanzania, people from Namibia, people in the homeland of the Namibia travel to Angola together. They make the declaration of what? Sovereign state of the Republic of Namibia. March 21st, 1990. As they are coming back from their travel, they came back with the name Sovereign State of Republic of Namibia. The same way our own it is. How do you think that our own is going to change? If I may ask you, how do you think that our own is going to be different from every others in the world? How could you? How? How do you think that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who started the movement in exile from London, sometimes travel to Germany, sometimes travel to America, sometimes travel to what? When Nigeria want to kill him, he run to Israel, and coming back, they kidnap him in Kenya. He's not in exile. These are the things, the truth that you need to know by yourself. So let us see the history of Namibia and Algeria that use government in exile to make a declaration of their country. If after making that declaration with government in exile with a name, with a group names, like when you hear IPOB organization, IPOB is being registered as an organization, like Mass Simon registered British government in exile as an organization. Like Algeria, like Namibia, registering SWAPO as organization. Also, Algeria registered their own. These are the names that they are used to do what? To gather their people together for them to have a sovereign state. Listen to this.
To answer your question directly, no, they did not continue to use SWAPO as the primary entity for international recognition. Once Namibia declared independence on March 21, 1990, the focus shifted immediately from seeking recognition for a liberation movement, SWAPO, to establishing and gaining recognition for the sovereign state of the Republic of Namibia. Here is the...
Do you hear it? They stop immediately using that name, SWAPO. They stop using it. If so-called IPOB organization was be able to make the declaration of Biafra, are you telling me that after calling us Biafra, declaration of Biafra, then they went back and started answering IPOB organization? Are you following? You know, happy moment is from people of IPOB organization, so don't mind him. I see you, Eze Glibat. You're welcome. I see you, Golu. You're welcome. Thank you so much. These people cannot research. They cannot listen to. Hey, I know that from Biafra land, yes. Thank you so much, my brother from Biafra land. Thank you. May Elohim protect and guide you. We are going home. If you have listened to my program yesterday, this December, celebrate because we are going home. I dive into research on Washington, D.C. in America, where every country wants to. That is where the name of every country is sanctioning. The government of the United States of Biafra, under leadership of Ngozi Arabeze, has got us Biafra. You see that name, United States of Biafra, is ringing in many platforms, in congressmen, lobby in America. Moreover, in Washington, D.C. After reading out the achievement of this woman, this government of Usbg, under this 1 year and my brother, I broke down with tears of joy. I broke down with tears of joy yesterday, knowing that I am going home, that Biafra, by next year, recognition will be coming from left, right, and center. The government are in many countries today doing their lobby, doing diplomatic and political movements to get us Biafra. Honestly. So let us go back to people of Namibia. Now, if people of IPOB no road to declare Biafra as a country, because Biafra failed to become a country after 1967 to 1970. That is why we re-declare it again. You know, that is why, to become an existing country again. And after our declaration with Bridge government in exile, what happens? How could you still go back and still continue answering Bridge, his government in exile? No. Look at people of Namibia here. When I ask that question, do they continue using SWAPO as a name that they use to get recognition? They said no. That no to the answer your question directly. No. Then they did not continue to use SWAPO as the primary entity for international recognition. They did not use it to seek for international recognition. They stopped answering it. They start answering sovereign states. Namibia. They use name Namibia as a country to seek for international recognition. That is what they did in their own time. And they use as they continue in their liberation movement. It says, establishing and gaining recognition for the sovereign state of the Republic of Namibia. Did you hear that they get recognition under SWAPO as organization? They did not do that. Rather, they continue with what name? After their declaration of a new country. Please ask Ogen Kere, ask Sonia Kwarawa, ask Yamaka Jere. If IPO, when we are in IPOB organization, if at all that we achieved declaration with IPOB organization, are we going to go back to continue answering IPOB? Or rather, are we not going to answering United States of Biafra? Or if they did not put United, they just declared Biafra Republic. Is it not Biafra Republic that we are going to be answering as we are seeking for official international recognition? Example of it is if you leave Namibia, quickly rush to America history. America did make a declaration of their independence of sovereign state called United States of America, July 4th, 1776. Before they can be able to go into their fully declaration, they are registered a name called United 13 Colonies. They registered what? They used the name United 13 Colonies to push their movement, to fight Great Britain as the name where people come together to believe, to prove that they want the name called United States of America to become a country, despite there is number that never wanted to become a country. So in this 13 states that America has, they call it United 13 Colony. Today, after their declaration, America, are they still answering 13 colony? The answer is what? No. America is answering the name that they adopted, that they choose by themselves. Those who believe that America will become a sovereign state, they choose to answer United States of America. Now, go back to something. In this United 13 colony, do you see anything like America there? In this United 13 colonies, did you see anything like America? When the people make their choice, choose that the name they are going to answer is United States of America, they leave United 13 colony after their declaration on July 4th, 1776. So now, as I have bring you another example of America, that today America is the highest country in the world, no doubt. No two ways about that. Today, we, the people of Biafra, that move out when we find out that IPOB never want Biafra as a country. Rather, they want it to be a structure that will be prioritizing Nigeria anytime election is coming, for them to use it and make money. And we all said no. By Mazi Nnamdi Kanu introducing Simon Ekpanjoko, said, you must follow Simon Ekpanjoko. He has come to bring a new dimension that none of IPOB member can bring in the table. These IPOB members, they are there for over a decade, over 1 decade with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But none of them that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of United States of Biafra, praised and said, oh, you must be followed. You have come with a new dimension. Remember, he's that man, Mazi Kanu said, that he demolished the little toad, put him inside sewage gutter. Chai, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of United States of Biafra, you are a wise man. If you did not introduce Simon Ekpa for us, I don't know what we have been today. Now they have sentenced you with the plan and the arrangement of the IPOB organization, what could have been our fate today? What the word Biafra could have been silent, because that was the plan. Even what keeps them to do not sentence Mazen Kano to death sentence is because of the declaration of the United States of America, because it had become a sovereign state. Immediately you make a declaration of a new country. This is how it goes. Please ask Ogenkere, ask Sonny Akwarawa, ask that old fool called Petty that only 3 people watch after 4 hours in social media, that if we are in IPOB, make declaration of Biafra as a sovereign state, are we going to use IPOB to lobby to get Biafra first? Are we going to still answer an IPOB and they abandon the declaration of the Biafra as a republic country? Are we going to abolish it? We, our people, are bringing what they say social media. Go to Biafra land, because today things are normalizing gradually, because the government of the USB are not into armed struggle. They are not into woto. They are into diplomatic, like what America did, like what people of Algeria did, like what people of Namibia did, like what people of many countries in the world did in the past. They might be into armed struggle first, but once they make their official declaration that they become a sovereign state, they all seize what? Fire. Namibia sees fire. Algeria sees fire after their declaration. That ceasefire helps Algeria to get the recognition a month after their declaration, automatically recognition. After they have stopped armed struggle, maybe they make the declaration, they do ceasefire. 1 month after their declaration, Algeria achieved their international recognition, which I will prove it to you here, because I can't come here to talk a story that doesn't have evidence. The world believes in existing evidence, in existing history. That is what the world believes on, not what we are saying with our mouths, not what we think that our brain, African brain, can never give us Biafra. That is on us. A black man brain cannot give us Biafra. We will still remain as an organization. We will still remain and still remain in the name of the non-state actors that the world will see as those are consistent nuisance in social media. Those are bringing civil unrest with over long time protest and agitation that makes them to tag IPOB the most number 10, the most deadly group in agitation that has no direction of what they want. Over how many years? Over how many years? My people. Let's continue.
Breakdown of how that transition worked. 1. The shift from movement to state. Before 1990, the United Nations General Assembly recognized SWAPO as the sole and authentic representative of the Namibian people. This was a unique status because, legally, the UN considered South Africa's occupation of Namibia illegal. SWAPO acted as a government in exile and held observer status at the UN. However, upon independence, the Republic of Namibia was established as a legal state under international law. SWAPO transitioned from a liberation movement into a political party that won the first democratic elections. The international community began recognizing the Namibian government, not the party, as the official authority. 2. Immediate international recognition. The transition happened very quickly. Because the independence process was supervised by the United Nations, under Resolution 435, recognition was almost automatic. UN membership. Namibia became the 160th member of the United Nations on April 23, 1990, just 1 month after independence. Diplomatic missions. Countries that previously supported SWAPO, like Cuba, the Soviet Union, and Zambia, immediately converted their party-to-party offices into official state-to-state embassies. Western recognition. countries that had been hesitant to recognize SWAPO during the Cold War due to its socialist ties immediately recognized the Republic of Namibia because of its new democratic constitution. Comparison of status. Feature. Pre-independence, 1960 to 1989. Post-independence, 1990, present. Primary entity, SWAPO, Liberation Movement. Republic of Namibia, sovereign state. UN status, permanent observer. Full member state. International goal. End South African occupation. Economic development and regional diplomacy. Legal authority, Council for Namibia, UN/SWAPO. The Namibian Constitution. Summary. While SWAPO remained the dominant political force and has governed Namibia since independence, the brand used for international relations became the Republic of Namibia. The state took over all seats in international organizations, UN, OAU, African Union, Commonwealth, that were previously held or sought by SWAPO. Would you like to know more about how the UN supervised the transition, or how SWAPO's internal structure changed after taking power?
Please, so join me, like the program and share the program, please. I hope you are hearing it by yourself. I hope you're understanding it clearly. The road that people told for them to get their freedom. Can you see that those who are drawing us back, like what IPOB is doing, when man can move 10 steps, they will draw him back? Are you following? If you never like the program, there is a 3 dot in front of you. Click on that 3 dot, it will open. Then you will see like and share, if you may. When you are listening to all these things, bring your history to this, what is going on. When I said we can't get Biafra without history repeating, the history is repeating 2 ways. Bad side and the good side of the history is repeating. What? I said bad side and the good side of the history is repeating. That is why we all must try to do something at the right time, now or never. But let me tell you this, the US government has made it never for us to fall back. Rather, we are moving into this transition that Namibia used, exactly what the government of Biafra is using this time around. So I don't know about you. What is your problem? What is your really problem? Does it mean that you don't want Biafra to come? Does it mean that you never want Biafra to become a nation? If you want, why are you falling back? Why are you delaying the movement? Why are you not throwing all your support into the reality that is on ground that you must face? Let us listen again as we do analysis this morning. We want to treat issue of Namibia today. If time may permit us, we go into Algeria. But these two has already been researched and got all their histories of what makes them a country and where they are today.
To answer your question directly, no, they did not continue to use SWAPO as the primary entity for international recognition. Once Namibia declared independence on March 21, 1990, the focus shifted immediately from seeking recognition for a liberation movement, SWAPO, to establishing and gaining recognition for the sovereign state of the Republic of Namibia.
I hope you are listening. The answer is no, direct answer, no. You know, when answer is direct answer, it's in a capital letter. That is how they put it. They put it in a capital letter in brackets. No. They did not continue to use SWAPO as the primary entity for international recognition. Once Namibia declared independence on March 21st, 1990, they focused, they forced shift immediately from seeking recognition for a liberation movement. SWO did not establish as gaining recognition for the sovereign state of the Republic of Namibia. They did not establish it again because if they establish it, the name Namibia that was declared, we lost. Rather, they stop it after the declaration and using the name words sovereign state of Republic of Namibia. And here they said, I asked this question. Before the declaration of the Namibia as a country, which name are they using? They are using SWAPO as organization they are using. Now, after the declaration, did they continue with the government in exile? Did they continue to use Namibia to seek for the international recognition or continuously answering SWOP? That's why they said no. To answer your question directly, no, in a capital letter, that they did not. They stopped using it. And what they use? They use Republic of Namibia to seek for international recognition. Why they are answering Republic of Namibia is the name of their country. They brought it in timeline to the world to understand it and to the world to hear it clearly. Let's continue. Here is the breakdown of how the transition worked. The transition of Namibia with SWAPO, with SWAPO, yes, how it works. Listen to this.
Here is the breakdown of how that transition worked. 1. The shift from movement to state. Before 1990, the United Nations General Assembly recognized SWAPO as the sole and authentic representative of the Namibian people. This was a unique status because, legally, the UN considered South Africa's occupation of Namibia illegal. SWAPO acted as a government in exile and held observer status at the UN. However, upon independence...
Listen to this. Before 1990, the United Nations General Assembly recognized SWAPO. Now, in the international global community, the first group that was really officially recognized is IPOB organization. The world knows about them very well, that they are fighting under international humanitarian law to tell Nigeria to stop marginalizing them and stop killing them, not to have a new country, because their case is internal, not external. The world knows about them. But they could not be able to pinpoint out what they want by making a declaration of a new country. Now, when Simon Ekpa emerged and registered Bridge government in exile, Biafra government in exile, when he registered it, the world also, because once you register it as an organization, it's all this registration goes under UN. Because any country in this world have office of UN in their area. When it's been registered under UN, then we move with the name Bridge government in exile, registered by Simon Ekpa through Ogenkerie, the criminal, the one that normally forged documents. So, what is there is this: after they have achieved their declaration with the name that's are being registered, once it's being registered, it's being recognized under the state or under the structure that it was being registered. That is why after the selection of Bridge government in exile in America, what happened? The American government understand that there is registration because there must be agent who registered it in America. The same way SWAPO was being registered under a country that's agent from the UN. What happens? After the declaration, they do what? they start using the name of Namibia as a country. And they said the UN considered South Africa occupation of Namibia illegal after their declaration, as they continuously pushing, because it could have been more easier for us for recognition if we are under IPOB to make our declaration. It could have been more easier if, when Nigeria declared IPOB organization terrorist group, they could have rushed and make declaration of Biafra. Are you following? They could have rushed that declaration. We remove them on that Nigeria, putting them as a terrorist group. But the answer is no, because they only care for money that they are making with that name, IPOB organization. They only care for using that name to make money. They did not care for the betterment of changing that narrative that the Nigerian government tagged them that they are a terrorist group. They never change it. Rather, they continue using that name, they continue answering that name, than also without official declaration. You see? So that is why when Obatobi find out that these people are not ready to move to get Biafra as a country, he do overtake is allowed. Even in the Biafra government in Exile, when it's come to the bridging movement, we also do overtake is allowed by standing on the name of the declaration of the United States of Biafra as a sovereign state, as a republic country today. These are part of the things that are going down in our own time that need our attention to come in, to explain it to everyone, to every layman understanding, so you will know where you stand. I know that now in times of our people, in everything, Namibia have those that they never want Namibia to become a country. Algeria has those that never want Algeria to become a country. America has those that never want it to become a country. Every country in the world. So our own is no different. Our own is not cost. It's the normal due process that are going on in this world that we have experiencing for the history to be right very well in Biafra land, or as we are adopting, as we are keeping the record straight. That is why we have to understand the game and how the game is being played. After Namibia, sorry, 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. After Namibia make the declaration, you had it here, that they stop using SWAPO. Because if they did not stop using it, what is the essence of making the declaration of a new country? What is the essence of that? Why is it important if they could not be able to continuously using it? Now, I want to hold you here to give you another explanation. There was a time I was a newborn baby. They give me name when I know nothing, when I cannot even be able to pronounce my own name, when I cannot write it, and they teach me how to pronounce my name and how to pronounce my family, my surname. Why did I have my own name and start using it? Why, after I was being given birth from that day, why did they give me my own name? Why did I not stand answering my father's surname only alone? Why? Can you tell me why you was being born and give your own name And if you want to fill a form, you will see first name, middle name, and surname. Why are those things are there? Why is the surname becomes, in this modern 21st century, why the surname becomes the last thing you will write? First name is your name. The first name of maybe your culture name, your Igbo name. Middle name, the English one. Surname is your father's, and that one becomes at last. Why did you not stay answering only your father's surname until you grow old? Until the world now see you as a human being, that you can walk, you can do everything before they will start, before you now adopt your own name. My people, think and face reality. It is a time for us to face this reality. It's no longer what we think. Listen to this as I come back.
The Republic of Namibia was established as a legal state under international law. SWAPO transitioned from a liberation movement into a political party that won the first democratic elections. The international community began recognizing the Namibian government, not the party, as the official authority. 2. Immediate international recognition. The transition happened very quickly. Because the independence process was supervised by the United Nations, under Resolution 435, recognition was almost automatic. UN membership. Namibia became the 160th member of the United Nations on April 23, 1990, just 1 month after independence. Diplomatic missions. Countries that previously supported SWAPO, like Cuba, the Soviet Union, and Zambia, immediately converted their party-to-party offices into official state-to-state embassies. Western recognition. Countries that had been hesitant to recognize SWAPO during the Cold War due to its socialist ties, immediately recognized the Republic of Namibia because of its new democratic constitution. Comparison of status. Feature. Pre-independence, 1960 to 1989. Post-independence, 1990, present. Primary entity, SWAPO, Liberation Movement. Republic of Namibia, sovereign state. UN status, permanent observer. Full member state, international goal, end South African occupation, economic development, and regional diplomacy, legal authority, Council for Namibia, UN/SWAPO, the Namibian Constitution. Summary. While SWAPO remained the dominant political force and has governed Namibia since independence, the brand used for international relations became the Republic of Namibia. The state took over all seats in international organizations, UN, OAU, African Union, Commonwealth, that were previously held or sought by SWAPO. Would you like to know more about how the UN supervised the transition, or how SWAPO's internal structure changed after taking power?
Are you hearing it? They said here, after the declaration, SWAPO, the declaration after they handed over the power to the Republic of Namibia. That is where they handed over to. They are no longer using it. Now, the people of the Namibia, some people choose to maintain that as well-known SWAPO as a party name. They start using it what? As a party name. Like I said, if you know that the name IPOB give us a very bad name and did not lead us the way we want it, we're supposed to use it as a party name. If tomorrow somebody start tomorrow after we have achieved our official recognition, and someone asks us using a name, say that my name of party is B Bridgie, are you going to say no to that? It is allowed, because it is a name that's already been established that we use to make our official declaration, a name where we gather into to make official declaration of a new country. So after you will have used it, and after the declaration, we're supposed to maintain this status quo of Namibia. That is the status quo that the US government is maintaining and telling you. When the world asks us, how is the movement start? How could you write the history of Biafra declaration? How can we write the history of Biafra declaration? Do we just fly from down and declare it? No, now. You must have a name of organization that are registered, that the world knew. That is what you used to do what? That is where you gather your people together and all of you make a decision of a new country. This is our criteria that has been used. Now, this was equal status because legally the UN considered South Africa occupation of Namibia legal. Once a new country is being declared, why they told us in the UN Charter that once a new country is being declared, automatically it becomes a sovereign state under legal, no longer illegal. This is how UN Charter treated this issue. Once you make official declaration of a new country, automatically legal, you have become a sovereign state in the eyes of the international global community. This is how it works. Yes, yes. So, my people, how are we getting the narrative that we are using? From where is it coming from? Why are we deceiving? Why are you deceiving people? Why you that are educated, you that are a barrister, you that are a lawyer, you that are intellectuals cannot be able to research and ask questions because of money? Let me tell you this. All these people that have deviated did not deviate because of nothing. Those that are telling you to stand with them, the money they are getting, they are not giving it to you. And their anger, their envy, their jealousness, their hatred that you are not supposed to have, they transfer it into you. Somebody did not do you anything, so that you never have any challenge with it. So that you never even see this person for once. Because of what somebody told you, instead of you to verify it, then what happens? You carry it on your head. You are start sharing another person, but you start becoming a taker of another person's sin. The person will transfer the sin, so we follow him and sin together. You need to think by yourself, and I want you to start thinking in this way. Why did your family, your parents, give birth to you and they give you name? Why they did not wait until you become a normal human being, you grow up, before they will give you name and your name will be recognized? Why? If you think on this procedure, then you will understand the area you are making that your mistake is from. The best teacher is what you teach yourself. The best advice is what you give to yourself. Do not do something because somebody is doing. Do not do things because of, oh, I love him, that is why I will tell my people. Do not come to my page with emotion and love. No. Just love the message I am bringing. When any day you find out that this message has been changed, run away from me. That is why when you go to Go 247 today, how many people is watching Go 247 anymore? Go to True Survival, how many are there is watching them? Go and check. This is the fact and figure. Once you deviate from this truth, the Biafran people will run away from you. It doesn't matter your size. It doesn't matter your color. It doesn't matter how you smile. Once you leave this truth, the people of truth will leave you. Take Namibia history to learn a lesson and repent. If you stand on the fallback bridge, I'm not even talking about IPOB because that one is not good. That one they are nowhere to be found, except on the protest and wearing red clothes up and down and carrying flag. That is all they know. From I was born, from the time immemorial that I hear about movement of Biafra, from Massaw to IPOB. What is your problem? What is that your problem, if I may ask you? Is it reasoning is your problem? That is why the University of Biafra has reason for you. Because you can't be able to reason. You reason like Nigerian people. That is why the Biafran government has done that reasoning for you. That is why.
To answer your question directly, no, they did not continue to use SWAPO as the primary entity for international recognition. Once Namibia declared independence on March 21, 1990, the focus shifted immediately from seeking recognition for a liberation movement, SWAPO, to establishing and gaining recognition for the sovereign state of the Republic of Namibia. Here is the breakdown of how that transition worked. 1. The shift from movement to state. Before 1990,
the shift from movement to what? To state. When we are in bridge, we are not a state. When we are IPOB, we are not a state. We are just a movement. So you who fall back to CRC, you are just a movement. You are not a state. The only time you become a state is once you make official declaration and be holding on for your official international recognition. You become a state before the recognition comes. This is how they shift from the movement to a state. After the declaration of Namibia, 1990, March 21st. After the declaration of Namibia, the declaration is what moved them to a state that are waiting for international recognition. After America declared their independence, the declaration of the independence on July 4th, 1776, the movements moved from the movement of the United 13 Colonia to the United States of America. Why your own is going to be different? Because of they give you how much? How much did they give to you? The same way they give people money, that America will never become a country. But today, America has become a country in the eyes of the international global community. Can't you learn a lesson? Ozo amara akpụ ole egba anya n'ọdụ. Onye ama ụzọ esi eji echute mmiri osoro okpokoro eju. What is your problem? How much do you think you can make? What of those ones that you have been making before this movement? So it's only in the name of this movement that you achieve money or you make money. Without this Biafran name, you can never make money. If that is why you're in social media, you must go down. Stop disgracing yourself. Stop doing yourself more harm than good. We go 247, we go 419. Let me use them appropriately. We go 247. Learn from this lesson and repent. It's never too late for any of you. The man is now Osita de Bama, not the Bakrabo. Let us say that people have been sleeping since all this time. Wake up from that sleeping, from that dreaming. Wake up from that bad dream that you're supposed to wake up and beat that person in that dream and wake up and face reality. What is your problem? Why are you not reasoning like a human being? Well, because of you cannot be able to reason. The United States of Biafra has reasoning for me and you, whether I like it or not. Because those that created Nigeria did not consult your forefathers. They reason for you to weigh you down. But the Biafra government has reason to bring you up. We are brought you up and you are brought yourself down. What is your problem? Namibia history. Before 1990, they have a structure they use, a group name called SWAPO is the name, Southwest Africa People's Organization is the name that Namibia used. That is the name they are being used. They use this name to travel to Angola, to stood up there and make the official declaration that Namibia has become a sovereign state, while they are bent down to seek international recognition. Do you know why they got recognition very fast? Because first, they are into armed struggle in the movement. After the armed struggle, after the declaration, they cease fire, they stop armed struggle that triggers countries under 1 month, after 1 month of the declaration, because of the peace they kept, despite being violence for over all these years. They are fighting for their freedom from South Africa. Once they apply ceasefire, 1 month after the declaration, they was be able to achieve the international recognition. And after the declaration, after that 1 month, they stop using the name SWAPO, Southwest Africa People's Organization. They stop using it. They use the name Namibia, sovereign state of the Republic of what? Namibia. That is the name. That is how it happens. Obum, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Please, as you join us, there is a 3 dot in front of you on the right side of your phone. Just click on that 3 dot, it will open. You will see, like, and share. Share the program, subscribe on the YouTube page. Once you touch that subscribe hand, it will open. Once, you will see a bell. Touch on that bell again once. Then it will take you, you will see personal notification. Click on that so you will know when we are live and we are direct. You will know. So, as we are explaining, our line is open. In case if anyone decides to call, our line is open. You can also see the link on my comment section. You can see that is my account number that I am pleading to Biafran people under Usbg that I want gadget, laptop. So anyhow you can support me to put what I have to make sure that by January that this laptop is ready. Please, you can. Even if you can do it as celebrating December to me, if what I am doing here is good, show me that appreciation by helping on that account to do what? To get the gadget. Give me your support is all I'm asking Biafran people. Because I want when I come to put what I am reading out on the screen so we all can read together. You can see the evidence. The video that covers all these documents, you can also play it. You see what transpired from the videos of what happened in Namibia when they are fighting for the independence and how their people also refuse to support how they have different factions that being created by South African government. The same way Nigeria are creating many groups in the inside IPOB, inside British government, inside the of Biafra. There are those who are living. You can see all this. Its history is repeating. I want to know that. So if you want to call on this program, the number to call remain +9 7 33 60 51 337. Only on WhatsApp. No direct call. Only on WhatsApp. Not only on WhatsApp. I repeat it again. +9 7 33 60 51 337. If you want to call to join this program, you are free to call. So, hope you are following. However, upon independence, the Republic of Namibia was established as a legal state under international law. How do they establish and how do they do that? If I may ask you, how do they establish it? They establish this through the declaration they made on March 21st, 1990. After this, the declaration, they stopped using SWAPO. They are now using what? The Republic of Namibia. Like we, after our declaration, we start using the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra. United States of what? Biafra, as a sovereign state or a republic of United States of Biafra. This is how it is. Namibia did achieve it. Establishing as legal state under international law. SWAPO in brackets now. Transitional from a liberation movement into a political party that won the first election in Namibia. Because of the name and how they love the name, because that is the name that did not give them stress. That is the name they stand on it to make the declaration. They automatically, or they said transform this liberation movement into a political party. Till today, go to Namibia, you will see a name called SWAPO, Southwest Africa People's Organization. Are you hearing it? Do you understand it? This is what people of Namibia did in their own time. How could our own be different from all this? How is it different? Do you think that amount of all these enemies, saboteurs, rebels, puppets, loyalists of one Nigerians, and all of them, the toys that all around, like you, who are following someone because of he doesn't like this person, you become a toy. Because of you don't like me, and that person will not like me. No, now. No. That is why it is very important into the movement we are into right now, for you to know your left from your right, for you to take some decision by yourself, Find out that somebody you are calling Ngodrabo Fulani, what has she done to you personally? The name you are calling Simon Ebanjoko, what has Simon done to you personally? The name you were one Nigeria calls Mazinandi Kano, what has he done to you personally except to fight and suffer because of you? Go back, rethink how other countries achieve their own, because you are not the first person who have achieved a new country from other people. From all the countries in the world, out of 50-something countries in Africa, almost 20-something achieved their own this way we are going through today. They have many groups. They have an organization they use to gather people together to make a declaration. Look at the example of Namibia. After they have made a declaration, they turn SWAPO into a party name that's won first election in Namibia. The international global community began to recognize Namibia government, not the party, as official authority. You see, that's why I told you in the beginning that all this is like a party name. Okay, good morning from here. Thank you so much. I love you too, my brother. I love all your comments. Honestly, thank you. May Elohim also protect and bless you. We are going to see in Biafra land very soon, very, very soon. Very, 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 very soon. I'm telling you. The international community began recognizing the Namibia government, not the party. They recognized the Namibia government as the authority, official authority. After the declaration, nobody recognized SWOP, South West Africa People Organization. Nobody recognized them as a country, as authority. They see them as a party. And what happened? The government began to recognize the government of Namibia as the official authority of the Republic of Namibia. Two, immediately, international recognition, immediately, after 1 month, immediately, international recognition follows up. The transition happened very quickly. Transition of Namibia happened very quickly because the independent process was supervised by the United Nations. Do you see why their own is very quick? Under Resolution 435, the recognition was almost automatically. Do you know why? Because, one, the name SWAPO did not deviated, but some people that deviated was being left behind when the government of UN come and recognize those are inside those that are the government that are inside SWOPO, the organization. Moreover, that particular lady, because a woman declares Namibia as a country. When this woman stand and start using the name Namibia, continuously addressing their people, continuously firing all cylinders with the name Namibia. The United Nations, who supervised many things when they are into armed struggle, said that this name has done well. And they become swords. They begin to organize once they move away. Look at it after their declaration. They turn SWAPO as what? A party name. They make it official that SWAPO becomes a party name. The lady that made declaration of Namibia as a country was the lady that turned this particular organization into a party name. This was a registered organization. And because of it has already been registered, they are not going to register it again. They stand on the existing protocol of that registration to turn it into party name. And their people agreed. And they use it to do their first election. And they win. Because of the good tidings that name brought to them, despite those that deviated, despite those that walked away, despite those who believe in that they want to remain under South Africa. But the question is, did this percent that want to remain under South Africa, that never believe in the movement of the new country called Namibia, did they stop Namibia to being a country? If that stopped Namibia from being a country, no country in Africa will answer Namibia today. No country in Africa will answer Namibia today. Are you following? I hope we're making common sense, my people. Do we continue? Or you want us to change the topic? Do we continue? I want to see comments if someone is here in this house. Do you think I will have to continue? I'm waiting for your comment. Thank you, Coach. We said go ahead. So automatically they changed the name. The SWAPO that's all know very well that they used to make their declaration automatically becomes a party name after their declaration. They turn it into a party name. That is why if we're in a good time, the same thing happened to Bangladesh. The name that Bangladesh used to make the declaration, immediately the that was being taken away, and after the declaration, they also used that to turn it into a party name in America, in British. And why they are answering a name of a country, like people of Namibia. That's why I'm telling you, there is no amount of Ngozi Arabu Fulani, Ngozi Arabu Goro, it cannot change anything. So far, it stand on that mandate of this declaration. You call it Ngozi Arabu Fulani, that's why I told you, go into archive or type Dr. Ngozi Arabu. The name will appear and her activities. You will not see anything about Ngozi Arabu Fulani there. You will not see it. It's not there at all. Your name, you call her Ngozi Arabu Fulani is making her more popular than you. That is why you can talk about her, because she is better than you. If not for this movement of Biafra, you can never clean her house because you are too local. All of you. You are too local.
The United Nations General Assembly recognized SWAPO as the sole and authentic representative of the Namibian people. This was a unique status because, legally, the UN considered South Africa's occupation of Namibia illegal. SWAPO acted as a government in exile and held observer status at the UN. However, upon independence, the Republic of Namibia was established as a legal state under international law. SWAPO transitioned from a liberation movement into a political party that won the first democratic elections.
Do you hear it? I am not making my story here. That is in this page. I don't do my story here. Hey, I see you, Flora. Good morning from here. Tina, good morning from here. These those are never greeted here. Thank you so much for being here. If Bridgie, that name Bridgie, if that's organization that Master Simon never registered, ask yourself, why did Master Simon register it? Ask yourself, why did Master Simon register IPOB? So you can be able to be free as organization because everything must be under organization. After Namibia has made a declaration, they quickly, after 1 month, they quickly transformed SWOPO into a party name that after the recognition, after they have got recognition and went back to their homeland, even when they're in abroad, they use that name to conduct election. Becomes a party name. Our own is the government. Fools! Into CRC, Wamugu, Zuzugale. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. Let's continue.
The international community began recognizing the Namibian government, not the party, as the official authority. 2. Immediate international...
The international community began to recognize who? Is it SWAPO? I want someone to comment if you are following. The international community began to recognize who? The Namibian government. They began to recognize not Bridge government in Exile. They began to recognize Namibia as a country. And this one becomes a party name. The name they use to gather their people to make the official declaration. That's why I told you, when the people of Namibia traveled to Angola for their declaration of the government in exile, what happens? When they travel to Angola, they went there with name SWAPO. As they are coming back, they came back with it. Republic of Namibia. We went with a bridge in Finland. How could we come back with a bridge? Omumugu, you will not ask questions. You will not think. What name do we use when we went to Finland? It's not really went in exile. How can we come back with it? How could a child you send to school who has a primary school result, you send him to university, then he graduates, he come back with the result of secondary school? Who are you? What happened to your thinking? If I may ask you. If I may ask you, how could you feel that a child that went to secondary school, after secondary, send him to university, and he come back from university after 4 years, he's presenting the result of the primary school for you, secondary school for you. I hope you're going to be happy. Why not ask yourself, when you was being born, why did they give you name? Why did you not stand answering your surname first? Why is it that when you come to name, fill a name, first name, middle name, and last name, is it not your surname becomes the last name, your own name becomes the first name? Your own name becomes the first. When you know nothing, when you cannot be able to even pronounce your name, when you cannot even write your name. And what happens next? People start calling you that name was being given to, when you don't even know that this is my name. Oh. Well, I want to tell you one thing. If you follow this history, you will find out that the government of the Usbg are on the right track. A woman declares Namibia. A woman declares Biafra. Declares United States of Biafra. I am not making my story. Look at it here. That is why I'm looking for gadgets. This, when you research, they give you. Once I grab my gadget, we put it on the screen. Everybody will read. Then I will now ask you, Obo Nediana anu ihe on Edi Afozo. Obo Nedra Afozo on Edra anu ihe. If you are still being confused up to now. So in this junction, my people, I ask you that you can see on the comment section, I tag my account number in case if you want to support me. For me to get the gadget, is not because you know how much Apple, this modern Apple laptop it is, the screen touch of it, you know how much it is. The one that can carry program is very costly. So we are still asking for support. That is why I tag the account number. Biafras asked me to prove account number. That is the account number that you can use when it's come to dollar from any country where you are. You can see the name of the bank and everything. That is accounts you can use to support me to get this gadget, please. I want as this year is ending by January, let us use this. The money remain. It remain because here I am, because of the level of their currency. That is the problem. I have tried to get this from other country. They cannot, nobody again, they don't longer Weibi laptop. Our brass has tried to Weibi laptop, no way. Even somebody has tried to Weibi his personal own because of how he loves what we are doing. He went to embassy yesterday from Sweden. They said no, that they can never carry it. So it must be money in this country. I can be able to achieve it. We are getting to half of the money, remain half. Let me just put it in that way. All the one people are sending is I can provide the receipts. Once you send, I send it to the place I am paying the money. So please support. Please support your own. So we can be able to extend this message with pure evidence on the eyes of the enemies in our screen. Also sometimes play videos. Because I want to play video of 4 countries. Those who never want their country to become a country, what they are saying against their country. So you can use that to compare what Ogenkere, IPOB, Imam Maduabo, I don't know who, Adadi Oramma, Shika Merike, First Unite, Ugo 247. So you can see what those people, the way they are attacking the government, if you can compare what they did in their time and what people are doing today, so you can find an answer. These are evidence, because sometimes we need all these videos to teach a lesson, to learn a lesson also. If you're not subscribed on the page, on this page, the name is Real Biafra TV, as you can see. Subscribe. If you never like the program, if you're first time coming, there is a 3 dot in front of you. Click on that 3 dots. It will open. You will see like and share. Click on the 3 dots. It will see like and share. Then after sharing, so after sharing the program, please subscribe on the YouTube page so you will know when we are live and that we are direct. Let us continue. UN membership, Namibia became the 160th number of the UN, of the United Nations, on April 23, 1990. Remember that Namibia was being declared March 21st, 1990. Remember that. Then April 23, 1 month interval or thereabout, they become what? A member of the UN. Because of what? They have been into armed struggle for a long time with people of country of South Africa. After the declaration, or 2 to 3 to 6 months to their declaration, they ceased fire and went and make peaceful declaration. What happens? That triggers the attention of the international community. Under 1 month, they grab recognition. Despite that they are people, they have almost 6 groups, 7. One was the authentic one that make a declaration. The other 6, 4 was fighting against the declaration, like IPOB, Masob, today, Fall Back, CRC, and all the gangsters that go 247 them. These are many. Our own is up to 9 group. Do you see that? But the question is, did all these groups stop Namibia? If they stop Namibia to be in a country, we cannot be able to breathe into the Namibia is a country in Africa. Is it not true? So I want you to know that there is no amount of their shenanigan that will stop this movement, that will stop recognition. No. Once we remain peaceful and focused, the world are watching. They are observing. Just continue.
National recognition. The transition happened very quickly. Because the independence process was supervised by the United Nations, under Resolution 435, recognition was almost automatic. UN membership. Namibia became the 160th member of the United Nations on April 23, 1990, just 1 month after independence. Diplomatic missions. Countries that previously supported SWAPO, like Cuba, the Soviet Union, and Zambia, immediately converted their party-to-party offices into official state-to-state embassies.
Are you hearing it? Now, when we are in bridge in Exile, using that name, there is countries that are supporting us. So you don't know that. How about people will always tell you that there is countries that are supporting us. Those countries watching out, now that we make a declaration, taking eyes to observe. What happened? When Namibia did their own, those that were supporting them in their group, like those that were supporting that Obatobie should not bring back to Nigeria, there is countries that put sway that Obatobie, that will do not happen. You don't know that. That is a support. That is support inside. We are only looking for support outside this time around from them. And they will come in due time. They will come in due time. Now, these countries have been supporting them where they were under organization called SWAPO, like Cuba, like the Soviet Union and Namibia. They all do what? Give recognition. As they give recognition, as they have turned their SWAPO into a party, you know what happened? The offices that being owned by SWAPO turn into embassy in every state they are. That simply means that the office we have in America under Obatobie supposed to be turned into embassy. Dr. Motorist are not supposed to go and rent any place to call it embassy. Do you see the calamity these were committing? This is what they are doing to us. Did you see what they are doing? As you listen to this, after the declaration of Namibia, they turn all their offices into embassy, and they use SWAPO as a party name. This is how it happens in Namibia.
Western recognition. Countries that had been hesitant to recognize SWAPO during the Cold War due to its socialist ties immediately recognized the Republic of Namibia because of its new democratic constitution.
Are you hearing it? When they are into internal war, into civil war, many countries refuse to come close to support them. Like the way people are staying away from IPOB organization. Like the way many countries stays away IPO organization. The same way today, the congressmen are staying away from Ogenkere, and he told he's gullible. I went to visit them, but what happens is that they are busy doing their thing that's very important to them. They are watching us in television, and you are still there. That's supposed to be the day you're supposed to run away from Ogenkere, to know that the world knows the truth. Let me tell you this. When you open any app today, type who made official declaration of this new modern Biafra, US government, they brought the name Ngozi Orabueze. So when Ogenkere told congressmen about Biafra being declared December 2nd, no, they searched. They saw it declared November 29, 2024. They said, who is this one? Oh, so you were a rebel. You were a puppet. Okay, you were a toy. They're using you against your people. We are not going to see you. The congressmen, they walked away. The congressmen disappeared. And the criminal told you that they are watching you on television. And you are listening. You are celebrating it. Wabonzo. Wamugu. I'm sorry for you. Hali me betere ga akwa. Ihi na oge agwụla o. Oge agwụgo. Mana mazi. That proving that all these people never wanted the declaration. Because the declaration is the end point of taking money from Biafran people. Claiming they are doing something when they are doing nothing for you. Those that did not recognize SWOP as organization, once they made their declaration, you had it here. Countries like Cuba, Zambia, Soviet Union started organizing them. Not only them. Those that did not recognize them, after their immediate declaration, those countries start organizing Namibia as a country because of what? The democratic constitution, like University of Biafra, putting our own in Amazon. Just continue.
Comparison of status. Feature. Pre-independence, 1960 to 1989. Post-independence, 1990, present. Primary entity, SWAPO, Liberation Movement. Republic of Namibia, Sovereign State, UN status, Permanent Observer, Full Member State, International Goal, End South African Occupation, Economic Development, and Regional Diplomacy, Legal Authority, Council for Namibia, UN/SWAPO, the Namibian Constitution. Summary.
Do you hear it? How it happens in Namibia? Future, pre-independency, they started from 1960 to 1988. That's when they started. Post-independency declaration, present, 1990. Are you hearing it? Primary entity, SWOPO Liberation Movement. That is the name they use. Public of Namibia, sovereign state after declaration. UN status, partner observer. They invited them to observe the declaration. Are you hearing it? When UN is not corrupt like what we are seeing today, even though somehow there was corrupt to them, but today's corruption is overwhelming, because if they are not, they're supposed to be in our declaration. Are you hearing it? Full member states. International goal. End South Africa occupation. Economy. Development. Region diplomacy. Legal authority. Council of Namibia, UN. SWAPO as party. The Namibia Constitution. Namibia Constitution, not Namibia Charter. Fools! Charter dies after the declaration of a new country. Go and search. I'll give you assignment. In summary.
While SWAPO remained the dominant political force and has governed Namibia since independence, the brand used for international relations became the Republic of Namibia. The state took over all seats in international organizations, UN, OAU, African Union, Commonwealth, that were previously held or sought by SWAPO.
Do you hear it? While SWAPO remained the the dominant political force, and has governed Namibia since independence because of the good work of the woman that made a declaration of what Namibia as a country. The brand used for the international recognition became the Republic of Namibia. The brand used for international recognition became the Republic of what? Namibia. The state took over all sets in the international organization, UN, AOU, Africa Union, Commonwealth, that were previously held on what? Because of the good work of the organization called SWOPO becomes the leading party in Namibia. You are falling back. You are answering Bridgie. I will use Bridgie to seek international recognition. Until you get recognition, until you get our land 80%. Who tells you that? Why are you deceiving yourself? Let's listen to this. If Namibia got their land 20 or 30% before they become a sovereign state, the same Namibia, I want it to be clear to you. But I think because of my time, I cannot be able to do it right now. So this will be, after I played it out, I will not explain. It may be in the night. You can come back on for it. Our phone call, sorry, our line is open in case if you have any suggestion to make. You can call on the number plus 973360513337.
Clearly, we have to look at the difference between military control and political recognition. There are two major facts to clarify regarding your 20% or 50% numbers. 1. Military control, the 20% factor. SWAPO never physically controlled 50% of the territory before independence. In fact, throughout the war, 1966 to 1989, the South African Defence Force, SADF, maintained military control over almost all of Namibia's towns and infrastructure. SWAPO's presence, SWAPO's military wing plan, operated primarily in the northern regions, near the Angolan border. While they could move freely in some rural areas and had semi-liberated zones, they did not hold territory in a way that pushed the South African government out of 20% or 50% of the land. The stalemate. By 1988, the war was a military stalemate. South Africa could not destroy SWAPO, and SWAPO could not defeat the South African army. The control was not won on the battlefield, it was won at the negotiating table. 2. Political recognition, the 50% factor. The 50% figure is more accurate when talking about elections and international status. International recognition. SWAPO received recognition from the UN as the sole and authentic representative of Namibia in 1973, long before they controlled any territory. They used the name SWAPO to lobby the world for decades. The election threshold. In the 1989 UN-supervised elections, the final step before independence, SWAPO won 57% of the vote. The name change. It was only after they reached this 57% majority and declared independence on March 21, 1990, that they stopped using SWAPO as the name for the country's representative and started using the Republic of Namibia. Summary table. Goal. Did they reach 20% or 50%? When? Physical land control. No. They never held 50% of the land militarily. They gained 100% control only after the 1990 treaty. Voter support. Yes. Over 50%. They won 57% of the vote in 1989. November 1989. International recognition. Yes. Recognized by the UN as the sole representative. 1973. As SWAPO. 1990. As Namibia. Would you like to know more about the 1989 elections, or how the UN helped SWAPO transition from a movement into a government?
Sorry, we are going to end it here because I have to go somewhere, come back. You will see me on Mars Humble Lion, so maybe on that page On that platform, we are going to explain this in details today. So please watch out. This program will go viral in many platforms today because that is the nonsense. This perverse notion of getting 80% that they used to deceive the gullibles is what we are out to destroy. We are out to damage it with histories and examples from other countries that have done this in the past. After that, Algeria is waiting on the line. You will hear it. After that, Palestine is on the line. You will hear it. After that, Israel is on the line. You will hear it. Thank you so much for being here, my people. It is a wonderful morning from me, from here. One love. Peace out.